Now that that's out of the way, hey everybody, welcome to my first period live stream of the Montreal Canadiens at home to the Ottawa Senators. Both teams are on second games of back-to-backs they played last night. Ottawa beat Detroit 4-3 at home, and I believe at home, and Montreal lost to Columbus 5-2 on the road. So I expect a good game here from Montreal. I expect them to bounce back and beat Ottawa. Now Ottawa can give us trouble sometimes. They always play us well. Pajot's a Habs killer. We got to contain that guy. And Carey Price is confirmed to start tonight. I don't know who's starting on the other side. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be Nilsson, who has the better record. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back in. Yes, I started the stream at 7 o'clock, thinking the game started at 7, but it started at 7:30, so I am back. And game's on in a few minutes, so I know I'm right this time. Thanks to Joe for reminding me. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a good game. So the news of the day is Mike Babcock has been fired by the Maple Leafs. Not unexpected. Hey MJ, thanks for coming in. Yeah, just talking about it right now. Mike Babcock has been fired. Sheldon Keefe will be coming in to take over. I don't know who's playing tonight. If it's there's another game tonight. I don't think it's Toronto. Just because I heard that the coaches will be running. Yeah, it's not Toronto. So he'll be in for the next game, I would imagine. I guess the practice they were talking about, that the assistant coaches were going to run the practice. I thought they meant that they were going to run. I thought they played tonight. But the other game is Washington at New York, so it's not that. Let me get the game up here. I'm trying to think of anything that might have happened since last night. Nothing. I didn't hear anything till just before I went on the first time that Carey Price was going to be in nets. I didn't hear anything about any lineup changes. Oh, he said there's no lineup changes. So as far as personnel, I kind of hope they adjust a little bit on the PK. And hey, Joe and Evan, thanks for coming in, guys. And also on the power play, which has been not doing great. I'm worried about the power play. It's under 20% now. Slowly, and I don't want to see them hit rock bottom again. Although Ottawa's got the worst. Man, they're at 8.3 on the power play, 8.3%. Yikes. So hopefully they won't score any goals against us on the power play. I hear there's a ref that's pretty sucky that's in there tonight. Elliot Friedman just came on the screen. That mustache is awful. Yeah, by the way, just to remind anybody here already that I'm about 30 seconds behind because I'm streaming it. So let's see, what else can we tackle before this game starts? Excuse me, my voice might be a little harsh. I've been talking all day. See, what does Joe say here? Really hope girlfriend doesn't end up coming to the house during the stream. Hey, don't worry, Joe. Don't worry. You got to do what you got to do. Got to keep the girlfriend happy. That's the important part. Yeah, they're showing some highlights here. Nick Suzuki's breakaway. I'm again anxious to see what Nick Suzuki's going to do. His second game, starting as the center. KK as well. I'd like to see KK have a better game. I don't want to see him go down, but there's starting to be talk about it that he's going to go to Laval. Although not really official talk, and it's mostly on Twitter and stuff. But people in the know, people who know what might happen. So I guess it's a possibility. I'm kind of open to it. I'd like to see him get some ice time and touch the puck a lot and have some responsibility and be on a top line and all that. So it might benefit him to go to Laval a bit and work with Joe Bouchard and see. Someone was commenting on Twitter before I got on here how he's looking slow and plodding out there. I don't know about that, but he does look off. Do I think Byron needing surgery is the reason why he was struggling a bit this year? No. The last game, I guess it was the Washington game, he had contact with somebody and their skates got tied up, and I think he twisted his knee. because he hobbled off the ice and hey Peter, he hobbled off the ice and he didn't come back and having surgery. So I'm sure it's that. Hey Sing Sung, welcome in everybody. Thanks for coming in. I'm tired. Sorry. I hope it doesn't show too much. It's been a long day with back-to-back games. I had my podcast today. It's a lot. But I'm here for the live stream. I'm hoping for a good game. I don't want to see them go into some, slumps are going to happen. I just hope we're not seeing the start of one. Oh, it's just one game. I don't know why. It's too much on Twitter. Twitter, they overreact so badly. It's crazy. So the Habs are just coming out onto the ice. The teams are out there. And, yeah, I'm expecting a good game. Sportsnet. I guess they're all loaded up. All we're going to hear in the intermissions is Mike Babcock. There's talk of a lot of people want to see Babcock come an assistant coach for Claude Julien. I don't know how well that would be received here. I'm not sure, but oh, they're talking about Anthony Duclair. Sorry, I was wondering. They said some Torts quoted as saying, I don't think he knows how to play. I was wondering who they were talking about. They're talking about Duclair because Duclair, he didn't like Duclair. And I guess he was struggling in Columbus, but he's doing well with Ottawa. That's for sure. I think he's, the second leading scorer? Sheets over there. He's second or third leading scorer on the team. Third. So he's doing well. I hope he doesn't do well tonight. If I'm correct, he kind of gets a lot of chances and stuff, but he's not a killer like Pajot. Pajot, they're both Quebecers, and Pajot really is a killer for. I know last year he got a bunch of goals. Oh, they're bringing out Guy Carbonneau. Yeah, it makes sense. He's going into the Hall of Fame, very well deserved. Yeah, Joe, I agree. I don't think Babcock's coming here. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if they would bring him in to assistant coach. I think he'll end up somewhere. I don't think he'll be out of work too long. There's talk about him going to Seattle, but I mean, obviously nobody knows anything. But there's already talk about him going to Seattle to be coach there. He's collecting. He's got a couple of years left on his contract, so he's fine. I wonder how shocked he was. I don't know if he was that shocked. I noticed in his statement that he released, he did not mention Brendan Shanahan at all. So I wonder if there's a rift there between him and Shanahan. So, and then I also wonder how long Kyle Dubas has. Kyle Dubas got to be the next guy out. They probably should have done a sweep with both of them, but I guess they maybe didn't want to do both at the same time. But I think Dubas got to be on thin ice here too. So we'll see how the Leafs react. We'll see how the team reacts. If the team reacts poorly to this move, I think Dubas is out. So we'll see what happens with that. Oh, I guess all his former teammates, they're showing a film and they're all talking about it. That's too bad. I'll have to catch this on YouTube later. I'm sure somebody will put that out there. There's Bob Gainey. It's terrible how all the guys from my day, they're looking so old now. Yeah, MJ, you're right. Keefe is Dubas's guy. I agree. But look, just because he's Dubas's guy, hang on a second. Peter, you're right. Babcock did go to McGill. He has that Montreal connection. Just because Keefe is Dubas's guy doesn't mean it's going to work. That's the whole thing. Does it work? It doesn't change the fact that they've got 3 very overpriced forwards, and they're going to have a lot of trouble rounding out that the team. The bottom 6 guys. It's hard to round out a team when you're spending so much money on your top end guys. Plus, you got Morgan Riley, Anderson. There's a few guys making some decent money. Nylander. A lot of money tied up there in just 6 guys, So we'll see what happens, because I don't think that I think they'll go for a bit of a like a few games where they might go on a 3-4 game winning streak, but I think it's going to catch up to them again. That's my personal opinion. But we'll see. Maybe Keefe is a really great coach and he'll figure things out. I don't know. Yeah, Joe, it seems like a really nice tribute. I can't listen to it right now, but it seems really nice. Amazing how old everybody looks. You're young, so for you, you're used to that, but these guys, man. I guess I'm older than all these guys they're showing. I would think, anyway. Carbo and I might be very similar to age, but I must be right around that, so. I remember when that changed. When I was a kid and I used to still have fantasies of playing for the Habs. Not that I'm any good at hockey. I play, but I'm not good or anything. And then I got to the age where all the guys coming in were younger than me. And yeah, it just goes downhill after that. But how old is Gretzky? Gretzky's got to be about 50? Let me see, how old was I? No, Gretzky's my age. I would think. Yeah, but he's still got that anger. Wow. Hey, Joe, do you see him the other day on the bench? He got mad. I don't know if it was... Oh, excuse me, my nose bothered me again. It seems like he hasn't lost that anger when he gets a bad call. I guess he's coaching in the QMJHL. So, yeah. And that beard helps. Beards always help you look a little younger. Believe me, if you saw me without a beard... Yeah, I don't even want to see me without a beard. Yeah, Peter, okay, I get you're a little older than me, but and I'm not saying I'm old, I'm just saying I'm older than them, that's all. Yeah, I'm not sure now, what is MJ, was Babcock there when Dubas got hired? I think so. So Dubas wasn't his guy. I mean, Babcock wasn't his guy, and I guess you're probably right. He's been sort of spearheading or waiting for the moment when he could make this move. Yeah, Peter, I know. Sorry. You got a few years on me yet. But listen, I mean, I don't know for you. I guess that we're all different, but, I'm feeling, I'm starting to feel, there's days when I feel old and days when I don't. That's for sure. Guy Carbo, I'm going to say very underrated guy because a lot of people don't realize how good of a hockey player Guy Carbonneau was. Really, and as a junior player, I don't have the number. I didn't know this was happening. I might have looked up the numbers. Go and look at his record. Like, go online and check his record with either Elite Prospects or somewhere like a database. Look at his numbers in junior. Like over 200 points, and if I don't, may be wrong, but something like 200 and like well over 200 points in his last two seasons. I think one was just under 200, and the next one was good, well over. The guy was an elite junior player. Yeah, Joe, you're right. He was always a hothead. But look, that hot-headedness is what made him the competitor that he was. And as a player, that's okay. But, when you're a coach and you're getting to be the age he is, look, I was a very angry young man. I say young, not like 5 years ago, it probably changed. Maybe started maybe a little longer than that. But at some point, you should calm down, or, he doesn't seem to. It's got that competitive anger anyway. Okay, Alexander Sear. Alexander Sear says, getting old feels great, man. There ain't nothing like wisdom. That is true. That is true, but the bones don't like it anyway. There's days when the body doesn't agree with that, but the brain does. I don't know, I still feel like I'm 18 as far as mentally. Brain, I'm always surprised almost when I look in the mirror in the mornings or whatever, and I see this old face looking at me. All this gray and these jowls. What are you going to do? It's part of getting older. What can you do? Dubas had Keefe in his, in Sault Ste. Marie, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Was he the general manager of Sault Ste. Marie? Because Keefe was just coaching the Marlies. I don't know. And I know he was a player. He played in Florida a few places. I remember him as a player. Wasn't a great player. But yeah, I don't know where Dubas and him have a connection from, though. Do I think Gretzky, if Gretzky ever played for us, do you think we would have 35 cups by now? God, we'd have a few more. I mean, 35 is an exaggeration, maybe, but I would think a few more. There were a few years Gretzky would have put us over the top. Well, you know what? When you think about it, though, yeah, I guess leading up to the '86 one, there were a couple of good seasons there. He would have, yeah, 3 or 4 more. I don't think 11 more though. Peter says, yeah, in the OHL, yeah. No, Sault Ste. Marie is in the OHL. Yeah, I don't know their history. I really don't. I mean, Dubas is a young guy. He's only, what, 29? Maybe he's 30 by now? I don't know how old he is. So I don't know. I guess he was a very, very young GM in the, or assistant GM or something in the OHL. I never heard of the guy before he was hired as the Leafs GM. I don't know. Should I be talking through the anthem? Jeez, I feel bad now. I'm talking all the way through the anthem. Yeah, excuse me. That's funny. I don't mind sitting through the anthem either. We should have all been standing up. They're playing the anthem. So, score. Come on, guys. What do you think? I'm on record 3-1. Let me. There's only a few guys that actually talk to me. I know there's 10 in the room. Come on, everybody, chip in. What do you guys think the score is going to be tonight? And here's a better one. Who do you think is going to get the Habs' first goal? Who do you think will get the Habs' first goal? I'm going to chip in here and go with who are playing Ottawa. I'm going to take a chance and say Nick Suzuki. I'm a big Suzuki guy. So, Nick Suzuki is going to get the first goal. Come on, everybody, chip in with a guess. Keefe is a rookie coach. I really don't know how the Leafs will do well with somebody who's not so experienced. No, look, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think if this is a failure and Keefe really, I'll say shits the bed here, and it's a big possibility, just as easily as he could be a really great coach and he could really, this is a big show going. Just hang on through this. Yeah, I think if till it comes back, hasn't how it's going today. It's not on my computer. Okay, okay. Here it seems like Dubas's job's got to be. He's gonna get it, I would think. Okay. Let me see. There's some. Oh, okay. Samsung says 4-3 Montreal, and he's going with ta-ta. Alexander Sear says 5-1 Habs, and he just went too far. I can't read it. Petrie with the first goal. MJ is going with Tatar as well. Joe is going with Drouin. Joe, you're not going with Drouin. Sorry. Can't go with Jonathan Drouin tonight, buddy. He'll be back. Just hopefully he's 100% when he comes back. That'd be great. Peter is going with Weber. MJ is predicting 4-2 for the score. Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I don't know why I'm going with a low score. I just, for some reason, I went with 3-1. You know what? You're just as likely. You can pick any score. Just as likely to get it. It's one of the hardest damn things to get. I think maybe last year, 3 times I got the score right, and like the score and the winner. Sometimes I get the score right, but for the wrong team. And yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, but it's fun. It's fun to give it a try. You get to feel good for one game that, hey, I got it right on. That's why for that Boston game where I had that feeling, I called it only the win. I wasn't calling the score because I didn't want to ruin the fact that I really was sure they were going to win, and they did. Excuse me. I'm old, remember that. So I didn't want to ruin it by trying to get a score. I would have got the wrong score. I wouldn't have called it 5-4. So let's see, just to see how it starts. Just started. Now let's give it a few minutes. Have a feeling Kokiemi will score. All right, Joe. I'm going to the screen. I'm putting my thumb up to the screen, Joe. That's how I'm tired. All right for a vote for Kotkaniemi. I like that. David Robinson is saying 4-2 Ottawa, sadly. Listen, it's okay, David, if you feel Ottawa is going to win. Listen, that works for me as far as every time lately that I've been going, I think Montreal's going to lose. They win. So I should have called it 3-1 Ottawa, and we would have got, hopefully, a win here tonight. So let's hope David's call is going to ensure Montreal wins. But it's okay. Listen, I've called a few games already where I thought Montreal was going to lose. You got to call it the way you sees it. Oh, is that a penalty for us? Mete. Domi breaks his stick. So what was the penalty? There's a ref there. I saw it on Twitter, someone warning this ref is in tonight. Habs lose. They were already calling it. So, no, that's a legitimate high stick. There's nothing you can do. And he drew blood. 4 minutes to start. Thank God Ottawa's got only an 8.3% power play. So, fingers crossed, guys. So, I was asked about the power play today in my podcast. Was one of the questions. So, you got to see how they, if they collapse too quickly, they've got to be out there pushing those guys back a little bit. You know? If you don't, they're just going to keep, they're going to force you back in front of the net, and you can't have that. So it's good to play the box. You got to play that, but you can't stay too in. You got to challenge them from this one, that one. Oh, it's Anderson and nets. Anderson hasn't been great lately, so let's hope that keeps going, and that was close. We almost had a shorty there. That would be nice to get a shorthanded goal. That would be a nice kick back into a positive direction here, starting out the game. Oh yeah, I gotta mark those 2 power plays. Gotta keep my notes if I can. It's the one thing I really don't like about doing this. The live streams, but I love the live streams, but this is the one thing I don't like, is that I can't take my notes for the first game, for the first period. Our PK sucks, but you never know. Look, they've had some really good power penalty kill games. Hopefully this will be one. And Ottawa's power play is also horrible. So, hey, I keep faith. Thanks for coming in earlier this time. Great stuff. Galley opens the scoring and a 3-0 win. So he's calling a shutout, and Galley's going to get the first goal. Not far off for me. I don't know about the shutout. I don't like to try to call shutouts. Those are really hard to do, I find. That's kind of why I went to the 3-1. I don't think Ottawa's going to score a lot here. Now, having said that, I should knock wood. Having said that, they'll probably score. Anyways, one power play almost done. 20 seconds left on my clock. You guys, it's probably done. Well, unless they scored, but I hope not. I'm also happy Price is in nets. I'm glad they went with Price back-to-back here. Still don't have confidence in Kincaid right now. And I'm sure Julian doesn't really. Although, I have to admit, I kind of probably should have put him as one of the stars in the last game. He was good. But just, a couple of those goals, he's got to stop. How? Petrie almost scored again? I thought that was on the first penalty. Yeah, it's hard to believe, but Joe's saying that Ottawa is right behind Toronto. Well, that's how far down Toronto's fallen off this year so far. Which, I mean, it makes sense. They're going to fire the coach a little early, but I guess, they're such a high-profile team. They, you can't wait, I guess. And when you've got a guy waiting that you really want in and you're the GM, that was the opportunity. So a minute left in the power play. Penalty kills holding up. They look energized in Montreal. They don't look like their legs are a little weak tonight so far. I'm sure they don't want to get scored on here. And look, they're carrying the play. They're in Ottawa's zone. They're carrying the play right now. That's how bad Ottawa's power play is. So I'm hoping I can say this. I don't have much. We don't have a lot to worry about, but there is because our PK sucks. Their power plays last in the league. Our PK's last in the league. So you're seeing the two worst special teams against each other. And thank God Montreal's looking the better of the team. Yeah, it looks like if they can get it out here, they did. They got it out. So they killed off both, which is good. Big. But it goes to show how bad Ottawa's power play is. When I saw the numbers this morning, I was writing them down for my my preview. Was like I had to look at it twice. So is that the right stat I'm looking at? 8.3. Are you kidding me? And it just went down. They got two of them right here. They only got one shot in the 4-minute power play. I know, it is the worst. And look how much ice time Montreal had in their zone on a penalty kill. It's almost reminiscent of Montreal's last year, but we bottomed out at something like 13.2, I think. Although there were times when we were in the 12, but it ended up 13.2. So we bottomed out in the 12% range. That was a nice little pass there by, I think it's Galley, to get. Ooh, nice save there by Price. Nice save there. I can't do play-by-play, but I guess I can talk about what's going on after you guys have seen it. I'm just seeing it. But Montreal's looking good so far. If they can keep this kind of play up, they should win this game. I'm saying that already. It's early. Oh, nice little attempt pass through the crease there by Domi. Domi's looking like since the injury he got a little bit more concentrated. I'm hoping his intent is to step his game up a little bit because look, at 4 goals, 9 assists after 20 games, he's a little underachieving, which is why I said in the other video about who's going to step up. Well, Max Domi is one of those guys that needs to step up here in the absence of Drouin, especially because he plays that same position, right? So if anyone really needs to step up, it's Domi, and then right behind him it's Suzuki, because this is Nick Suzuki's time to shine. If he's going to shine, it's right now in these next bunch of games. And being a Nick Suzuki guy, I believe he's capable of it. It's just a matter of, is he mentally capable of it? Because it's a big mental game. From what I've seen of his game so far, I think he is. I'm also liking what I'm seeing from Hudon. Hudon looks like he's making better decisions a little bit when he's got the puck. I'm liking that, and that's definitely going to, you can attribute that to Joel Bouchard, I would think. They must have been working on him with that. Making better decisions when you've got the puck, because he really does look better. Yeah, there you go. He almost scored. He's looking a lot better. He's looking like he's really in the game. I'm not doing play-by-play, Peter. I'm not. I'm allowed to comment on the game. I'm not allowed to do play-by-play like the guy's doing on there. They pay him to do it, and I'm not allowed. I can talk about what I'm seeing. I can do it for snippets. You know, it's like anything else. I just discovered about copyright. It's one of the reasons why I don't use any music in my videos at all. I'm starting to in my podcast, just a little 8 seconds, 6-8 seconds to open up, because you're allowed for really short little snippets. You're allowed. And my commentary is not copyright, and for this reason, because I'm changing what's being said there with my opinions, right? You're allowed to have opinions, and that's why a lot of opinion shows are allowed to use all those clips, those news clips, all that kind of stuff, is because when you're giving opinion, it's okay for the copyright. So that's why. And you see, this is why I study what I'm doing. I knew nothing like this last year. Go 12 months ago, I knew none of this. I was just a viewer. I knew nothing at all. But this is stuff you got to learn, and I try to study as much as I can. I'm a bit lazy at it. I should know a lot more. But I do. I work on it not every single day, but a good 5 days out of the week, I'm watching things and learning, taking even tests. YouTube gives you tests that you can take to see if you're learning the stuff, and I've done a lot of that stuff. So, but I know about copyright. It depends how long, and and as long as you're changing what the narrative is, you're kind of okay. And I'm not doing play-by-play. You'd know it if I was doing play-by-play because it sucks. My play-by-play sucks. Excuse me. I was never one of those kids that used to walk around. I knew a few guys that would walk around when I was a kid, and they'd have this play-by-play going on in their, I guess, in their head, and come out loud sometimes, and they were good at it, but I'm no good at it. Yeah. Why are they talking about Hainsey? Is this like a flashback moment? 2000. Where is he? He's in Ottawa. That's why. Okay, he's in Ottawa. That's right. He went from Toronto to Ottawa. 2 goals, 2 assists for Hudon in his last 5 games against the Senators. That's very interesting. I didn't know that, Joe. Thanks for that. So we can maybe expect to see Hudon pop one in this game. I know he'd really love to. He'd love to get a goal. And I am liking his game a lot better. He's looking more involved and making, like I said, better decisions. So we'll see how that evolves. Oh, who's that with the puck? That's a bad turnover. Tatar in the he went back into his own zone, turned it over, but now he's about to bring it out, so he makes up for it. I'm kind of surprised. I guess Nilsson must have played last night. That's why Anderson. I'm a little surprised Anderson would be in nets. When you think about it, they played Detroit yesterday. You'd think they'd put Anderson in for Detroit and put their better performing goalie in against Montreal, but so I was expecting Nilsson. Wow, look how much bigger Weber is than Hainsey. I don't know if you guys must have saw that. That's funny. He's a big guy. Imagine on skates adds about 4 inches to you. So. Oh, didn't get that. Oh boy, my voice is tired. I've been talking so much today. I put out a few videos today, and watching the I don't know if anybody's interested, but I got caught up. I had a lot of work to do today for the channel, and I got caught up watching 2 hours of the hearings, the impeachment hearings. All of my, like Peter. I'm gonna say I keep faith, but I'm not sure if he's close to. I think he's close to my age. Anybody that was around in '75 for the Watergate hearings, if you start watching, it brings back floods you with memories from the day I was a kid, but we watched it, and yeah, I got caught up doing that for a couple of hours, and then I was rushing around, so I'm tired. Okay, so let's see. Montreal's ahead 4 shots to 2. Not a lot of shots so far. It's just past the 11-minute mark, or the 9-minute mark, excuse me. Oh, Cockingham, he just got that opportunity there in the corner. Hey, Joe, I just said that stuff. I hadn't seen what you wrote there. That's funny. We both said the same thing. Oh. Yeah, so good play by KK, I guess. I kind of missed it. I guess I was just starting to look over here, and I saw there was something going on there, but I didn't see what happened. Listen, so far, halfway through the period, we've kept Pajot off the score sheet. I think the last game, and there was a game last year where, man, he killed us. Ah, you're a retired steelworker. That's a tough job. Yeah, for sure. I figured, that's why I said your name. I figured you watched it. I was 12. Every night we were watching. It was different. Now you get to see it live. I don't know why we watched it at night. I don't know if they were live because not enough people would watch it. Anyway, we watched it every night, everybody around the TV, friends and family, and yeah. So, and never thought that would happen again. And it did, I guess, twice. Clinton, not as much as this. I don't think, I didn't follow it anyway, as much. But this one, yeah, I don't want to be political on a hockey game. Hey, look at that. Sang Sung's a steel worker too. That's really cool. We got a retired steel worker, and I'm assuming a current steel worker, but Sang Sung, I don't know your age, so I'm not going to assume you're retired. So we're just approaching the halfway point. It's just at almost 10 minutes. It's probably a little past that for you guys. Ooh, oh. That was scary because that was a passing play, cross ice, and then the first one, and then the second one, I thought he's going to shoot at the net. He didn't. He tried to hit the guy, but he was too far past the net. So there was definitely no angle on the shot if he got the puck, but he didn't even receive the pass. So, and now there's a bit of a scrum behind the Ottawa net. So there's one guy in Ottawa I really like that I was hoping Montreal actually would draft instead of KK at the time. I didn't know anything about KK, and that's Brady Tkachuk. I really like that guy. I think he would have done well here, but I'm not disappointed we got KK or anything like that. Just I didn't know anything about KK at the time, but I was a Brady Tkachuk guy. I was not a Zadina guy. I didn't want Zadina. Something about him, I can't put my finger on it to say, but something about him. Hey, Tseng Sung. Oh, just celebrated. Hey, well, happy belated birthday. 32 years old. All right. I remember when I was 32. Let me see. That's 24 years ago now. You know, when you get to be my age and Peter's age and anybody up around our age, when you do that and you go, oh, I remember when I was, and then you realize how many years in between it's been since then, yeah, you stop doing that. Joe, you used to be a plumber? Joe, I thought you were a young guy. How could you used to be a plumber? Wouldn't you still be plumbering? Peter says he never trusted a lawyer after the strike. I don't blame you on that. I was once working for ICS. I don't know if you know, that's a courier company. We unionized while I was there. And if you listen to the union guys or the lawyers and the union lawyers, what we all settled for was a slight raise in the end, because the rest of that raise that we got went for freaking union dues. So we were in a union. I got a little bit more money. Nothing really to sneeze at. I mean, that's the opposite. Nothing to write home about. And yeah, my union dues were covered though. So it's like they negotiate to get their fees covered. A lot of good talk and everything. And then I left about a year after that anyway. So, and I was in the Teamsters. We were part of the Teamsters union. So don't mess with me. I'm a Teamster, right? Have you in the East River? Yeah, I always thought it was funny. I'm a Teamster. Maybe they never told me where Jimmy Hoffa was though. And only anybody that's listening that got that, I know your age or around, because if you know what I'm talking about, either you're a young person who likes trivia or you're my age. Jimmy Hoffa. They never did find the guy. During this past school year, I was a plumber. Oh, okay, school program. That's really cool. That's what I thought. I thought you were really young. You know what, Joe? That's great. You know, all that talk about you should go to college, got to go to college. Not anymore. I don't know if college, trade school. I always say trade school is probably better for you these days, because one thing people need, Joe, is a plumber, an electrician, a carpenter or something like that. I mean, that's in need. People don't do these things for themselves. Service industry and trades. That's the way to go, buddy. So I don't know if you're planning to do it for a career, but it's a good one. It's a lot of work. It's hard work though. Got to be strong when you're a plumber. Lifting up. I did scrapping for a very short period of time until I think the last day was we found a furnace. A furnace that He wanted me to take out pretty much myself. I couldn't even budge it. And then there was a plumber at the house doing stuff, and he ended up getting it into the truck. Strong as an ox. Okay, looks like we're taking a penalty here. Was that a legal hit? Guy's on the ice. He's not getting up. By Fleury. Doesn't look like he's going off. I like that kid, Fleury. He can hit. I like that. I like seeing that. One of the reasons why I really liked Larry Robinson so much, he was a great player and everything, but I loved his checking. When he'd come in for that hip check, they said hitting Larry Robinson was like running into an oak tree. He doesn't have the size. He's not that far off, but he's young yet. He's going to come into some muscle over the years. And I like Cale Fleury. And the weird thing is, he wasn't the guy I thought would make it this season. I didn't think he was ready. He's ready. So he's not being sent to the penalty box. Does that mean that was a legal hit? I did not see the hit. Hey, good stuff, Joe. You should do that. My advice to you, trades are great. Joe, I think you might be right about Fleury, that if he's not in the lead for hits, I just missed it again. He's definitely right up there. He's been hitting a ton. I love his physical game. I love the fact that he got a goal the other day. His offense will come around. He can be a decent, not great, but he can chip in for points. He did in his first year in Laval. But I love his physical game. It's something kind of lacking back there. Guys that are like, since Emelin was the last guy, and I think Fleury has a lot more talent than Emelin had. Hang on, I'm trying to figure. I don't want to ask. I got to figure this out. Okay, not sure. I'm old. Remember that. Like, I'm not gonna say like you because I don't want to disparage you. I'm old. I'm not sure why you said that, Peter. Got to have that once in a while. Sorry. Been a long day. Let's see what's going on here. 8:30 left. No penalty, so that was a legal hit. I'm not happy a guy's hurt, but, I'm happy for the physical play. And look, he took a guy out. Maybe he doesn't come back for the rest of the game, and, you got one guy less to worry about. Maybe that's not the right way to look at it, eh? And if you notice, they don't have Bobby Ryan. Bobby Ryan is he's away from the team. He's in the assistance program, the NHL assistance program. He's got some kind of personal problem. It's sad, and I hope he comes out of it okay. Don't know what it is. There's no word. Doesn't mean it's drugs or alcohol. Could be almost anything. Personal problem. Hopefully he'll make it back and continue his career. So if you've noticed that he's not playing, that's why. And maybe he's been out, I don't know, but they announced it today that he was going to be away from the team. So I'm assuming he's been in the lineup, but I don't know for sure. So Habs are in the Ottawa zone. Still no score. See, now they could. Floodgates could open in the second or third, but this is why I had a feeling it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I'll probably just say that, and then we're going to pop 3-4 goals here. Ooh. Well, Hudon with another... Hudon looks like he really wants to score. Something about Hudon's game must work against Ottawa in particular. He had another sort of breakaway, got a shot off. He wasn't really steady on his... to me, it didn't look like he was... Oh, yeah, he was okay with his skating stride. So, if we can keep Pajot off the score sheet here, it should be a low-scoring game for Ottawa anyway. And I guess maybe Anderson's in nets. Anderson usually does well against us, if I'm correct. I could be wrong on that, but I think he usually does. Usually a really good goalie, but he's getting up in age, and maybe this is, his drop-off starting. Yeah, Joe, Hudon's playing very well tonight. Peter, I don't really know much about his brother, honestly. Um, I really don't. So I don't want to talk. From what I have been able to glean, there's a word guys don't use today, right, Peter? Glean. Is that uh, Kale is the more talented of the two? That's from what I can tell, or what I've inferred from what I've read. But I haven't read a ton, so I don't know. He's in what? Carolina, right? Hayden Fleury? Hey, Massimo. Hey, I haven't seen you for a while. Glad you could make it. Again, at the end, though, there's only a few minutes left in the game. 5 minutes or so. So I'm only doing the first period. I don't think I've got a voice left to do more than that. I've been kind of at this stuff all day. Don't think I'm going to... Depending on how the game goes, if it ends really exciting and it's really up, I might do my video right after and put it out. Otherwise, in the morning, I've been doing a lot of video work today. I Keep Faith says, Al Pacino portrays Hoffa in The Irishman. I don't know who plays you. Nobody plays me. I was just a teamster in a very small... No, I said I was talking about Hoffa because I want to see who would get the reference. When I was a kid, that was a big thing. Where's Jimmy Hoffa? What did they do with him? The Teamsters. The Teamsters did something to him. He was the president of the Teamsters Union, too. Hayden was drafted really high back in 2014, I believe. He's looked at as more offensive. Kale's more defensively responsible. Yeah, definitely. But it's the funny thing about that is it took Hayden quite a long time to get his first goal. Even if he, I don't know if he's gotten it. I think he has. And Kale got his pretty quickly. And he even made a comment that he's glad he didn't take as long as his brother. And he pointed at Mete and said him either. He made a good joke about Mete. Length of time till his first goal came about. Excuse me. Oh, I should drink something. Oh, so it's 6 minutes. I was off on the time. Oh, some dangerous stuff by Ottawa there. Habs clear it out. Domi dumps it, but it looks like that's an icing. Which means they can't change up. If he dumped it to get a change up, when you ice it, you can't change up. So not a good move. You know what was funny with Domi? Sort of funny. He hadn't had a penalty up until the other day, 2 games ago, I think. And they were mentioning it on the broadcast. And then boom, he gets a penalty. And he's gotten like 3 or 4 since then. It's funny how that stuff works. It's 8-2 in shots, so that means Ottawa has not... They've had a few chances, but they haven't gotten a shot actually on net. That's a bit of a surprise, and I'm liking that. I'd like Montreal to keep the shots down tonight as well, because Price, it's his second game in 2 nights, and less shots, less chances to score. Ooh! Good save there by Price. I don't know who number 71 is, but he was right in there. Got a good pass. He was a little too tight to make anything happen, but still. Shaw takes Walls. Hey, bonjour. Wait, is that a funny name that I just read that I shouldn't? Let me see that. Okay, you said bonjour. I'll go with that. You got a funny name, which is fine. Hi, and everything's cool, but, get people in sometimes that like to have fun. I got to toss them out. But, hey, thanks for coming in. Got 5 minutes left in the first period, and then I'm out of here. I've been at this shit all day. Now, I shouldn't say shit. I love what I'm doing. It's been a long day. At this point of the season last year, Domi had 10 goals and 15 assists. No, he's way behind. So a little bit of drop-off in production, but it's good for the contract discussion, yeah. No, less money, maybe. Well, this is true. But quite frankly, I'd rather see him not have the drop-off. Think about it. He's got 13 points. We're already a quarter of the way through. You're looking at a big drop-off, and I don't want to see it be that big. I don't want to see him go back to 50 points like he got in his first season. I'd like to see him, if he's dropping off, maybe at the most by 10 points. I don't really want to see more than that. So he really needs to step it up here. It's a big opportunity. Even though Domi is one of the top players, with Drouin out, everybody gets a bigger opportunity to provide some offense. So it's really good. Shaw is saying my real name is Shaw. That's cool. It's just with a name like that, a lot of guys come in and if you read it out and it says something, right? And I had a feeling that was one of those names, and I just wanted to make sure. But hey, everybody's welcome as long as it's not, to mess around with us. So contribute, listen, do whatever you want, just not funny stuff. That's all. But hey, I'm glad you came in. Just that it's close to the end. There's only a few minutes left in the game, in the period. I'm only doing first period live stream. Power play puts the shot count out of whack, I think. Yeah, well, but they didn't. You'd think Ottawa then would have more shots, but they don't. Or that's what you're saying, because they had that power play and they only got 2 shots. Whatever, it's now they got 3, but still, yeah. Yeah, the eyes are on Domi. They got him on screen there. The eyes are definitely on Domi. Domi definitely needs to step up here, and then we need somebody like Suzuki, like I was saying, Lehkonen. Lehkonen needs to really step up here and show us a little bit. Armia, and it's funny because Lehkonen and Armia were the guys that scored yesterday, so we're stepping up a little bit, and I was glad to see that. But those are the guys that really need to do it. And KK, he has to come in here, and he has to do something, because I have a feeling in this next couple of weeks, if his production doesn't start to come up, I think they will put him down to Laval and give him a little time under Joel Bouchard. And look at what is done for Charles Hudon already. You can see the improvement in Hudon's game already. It's a couple of games now, and he's looking like he really is making better decisions with the puck. And that's what he needed to do. He's not a bad player, Hudon. There's definitely a role for him, but he needed to make better decisions. You're a goaltender, Shaw. That's really cool. Where do you play? Peter is saying, old man mistake, though. Thought Ottawa had the 8. Yeah, okay, I get you. Don't worry, I understand that. Yeah, no, that's it. That's why it actually, it kind of makes it, it's a sharp contrast to what it should be, right? Ottawa should be up, or at least close to Montreal with shots. So they're just saying on there about how KK needs to kind of step it up. Yes, from what I've seen of it, KK is maybe doing that step up. And quite frankly, I think just even to calm the people on Twitter down about KK going down to Laval, or that Julian's ruining him, he needs to start showing something. And once he starts to show something, he'll get more ice time and more touches on the puck. I think that's the thing here. But I think in general, KK's defense in general has always been good. Petrie, if you could only get there a second earlier. So, looking like we're going to go scoreless through the first, unless something breaks here. But, yeah, I guess I might have been right about the low-scoring game coming up. And whoever predicted the 3-0, you're still on the board, too. Although any of the predictions, we still got 2 periods to play. Looks like this one is going to be one of those games that Anderson shuts us down, playing very well tonight. Yeah, Anderson, I was saying earlier, Anderson does usually have a good game against us. And I imagine that's why I was saying that I would have thought they'd have saved Nilsson, who's got the better record. But no, Anderson does usually have a good game against us. And that's why they played them that way. Makes sense. These are the things I would have known 20 years ago, man. I would have known everything about the other teams. I'm starting to get it. Almost 2 minutes left. I think we're gonna go scoreless. It would be nice to see a last-minute goal for us on them. I think with that putrid power play of theirs, if we can score in the last minute, that'll really sink them. Morale, coming out in the second period. Shaw, you play for the CIH Rockland, Ontario. In Rockland, Ontario. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. I don't know. Is that the league, CIH? That's cool. Anyway, you're a hockey player. You're definitely. Where's the thumb? You're definitely welcome here. I keep faith. Said the 3-0. Yeah, you're still good there. It looks like it might be a shut. It could be a shutout coming up. But I'll say that, and they'll open the next period with a goal. Rockland, that's a dad joke there, Joe. You're young for dad jokes. Down to the last minute of the period. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna go 10 shots to 3. And let's see. Ooh, didn't get through. Ah, damn it. That was a penalty to me. Who's number 22? He pulled Kotkaniemi down right in front of the crease, I thought. Damn it. He didn't have control of the puck or anything, but he pulled him down right in front of the crease. So it wasn't a nice save by on Petrie by Anderson. He hit the post, Petrie. There, he took him down. Oh, it is a penalty. Oh, there you go. I called it. Hey, Joe, you should be my kid. My kids laugh. They don't laugh at my dad jokes. They always just go, another dad joke. My youngest calls me Boomer. Imagine when you get a little older and you are a dad. They'll get better, don't worry. My dad jokes are killer. Just my kids don't know what jokes are. Shaw, you're from northern Quebec. The biggest lake in Quebec. All right. Northern Quebec, there's some really nice spots up there. My ex-wife, her family has some places up around, what is it called? I can't believe I can't remember the damn name of the town, but they have country places and stuff. Oh my God. Been there how many times and I can't remember the name of it. Northern Quebec can be really nice. There's a lot of nice lakes and a lot of nice property there. Really nice up there. Oh! Damn it. Okay, well, we still have 1:10 in the next period for of power play, so it's not too bad. So it ends up scoreless in the first. So, 12-3 in shots. And, I'm really, I'm excited. Sorry, I got cat hair. I got cat hair in my nose. Worst times. I don't want to necessarily predict a shutout, but I'm encouraged for my 3-1 score with 2 periods to go. If the Habs can keep playing like this, they will do well. I think, anyways, in this game. Okay, so it's the end of the period. I've had a long day. We're coming up on an hour here. Shaw's saying, well, Carey Price is half white, half native. Oh, yeah, we all know that. His mother is now the chief of their tribe. So, yeah, we know all about Carey Price around here. Habs for the win, right on. Listen, Shaw, thanks for coming in. I do this for every game. First period, we live stream. I hope I'll see you back in. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe and then you'll get notified when my videos come out. I'd appreciate that if you haven't already. And have a great night. Thanks for coming in. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, every game, guys, first period, I'm live streaming. So I guess the next game is, what are we today? Wednesday? Saturday. Saturday's the next game. Believe it's the Rangers. I could be wrong on that. And I'll see you then. And there's something I want to say. Well, just look for my videos. I'm going to be doing the review of this. And videos coming out. I wanted to do that comparison of Toronto and Montreal's roster. And now after the Babcock firing, I'm wondering maybe I'm going to do that. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do that because I've got other videos that have priority and that's what happens. But I think I might do that. Compare them and talk about the Babcock firing. I don't want to do a video just on Babcock, but I think I might do that video. So look for that. And don't forget Saturday, I live stream half hour before the game, and then we go into the first period. And what else is coming up? Sunday is the player rankings. the Habs player rankings, and that's it. Next time I'm going to put up a better thumbnail. That thumbnail I put up the first time, I had to change it. Was horrible, and it made for a horrible result from the video. Okay, everyone's starting to go. I got to get going. I got to get ready for the next period and grab a bite to eat. Show us how to make cobbler sometimes. Yeah, I could do. I would like to be able to do some cooking videos, but I don't have the setup. But it's an option to do another channel with cooking, because I really love cooking. I cook a lot. It would be nothing to just every day when I cook, because I cook every day for myself. So, okay, so see everybody. Sang-Sung, thanks for coming in. Peter, Joe, Evan was here. Shaw, I keep faith. I feel like Romper Room. Anybody knows what Romper Room is? That's what she did. So have a great one. Enjoy the rest of the game. See you next video. Bye, y'all.